Good morning, I'm Christine Weber, President and CEO of the Mentor Area Chamber of Commerce, and I am here with member Signature Health and Jonathan Lee. Good morning.
Good morning, Christine.
Thank you for being with us.
Absolutely.
So Jonathan, let's get right to it, and I want to hear all about Signature Health and what you do.
So at Signature Health, we have our administrative office, our main office here in Mentor, and we also have a new residential facility I'll talk to you a little bit about in Mentor. And then from there, we have a number of locations in Northeast Ohio. So out west, it's Lakewood, and then Beechwood and Maple Heights, Willoughby, Paynesville, and then out in Ashtabula. And the history of Signature Health and the primary thing that we do is mental health and addiction services, particularly for people who are struggling financially. We take people regardless of their ability to pay. We have a lot of people who are covered by some of the public plans like CareSource and Buckeye and things like that, Medicare as well. So that's kind of the set of people that we focus on, and traditionally, like I said, mental health and addiction. We have expanded quite a bit though, and a lot of people don't know that. So in addition to those service areas and specialties, we also have pharmacy. We've expanded to do some infectious disease care, which has been really important for COVID. But in addition to COVID, hepatitis C, hepatitis B, HIV, those kinds of things. Endocarditis is one of the areas we're looking at expanding in the future. Then beyond infectious disease, then primary care, regular doctor's visits, women's health, are some of the areas that we've expanded into over the last half a dozen years or so.
How does somebody get referred here, or can they just call and make an appointment? So how would someone go about that?
People certainly can just call to make an appointment, absolutely. But we do end up getting a lot of people who are referred to us, mostly other healthcare organizations. So a large number of referrals come from the Cleveland Clinic or university hospitals and Lake Health, mostly because of our specialty in behavioral health. A lot of people don't know this, but the hospital systems often have inpatient substance abuse and mental health care, but they don't have that much on the outpatient end, and so they refer to organizations like Signature for outpatient care. But again, they don't have to be referred, they can simply just call us. Our main number here is 578-8200, but they can call any of our locations. With COVID, we've expanded to telemedicine too, so a lot of times people can see us simply from the comfort of their own home, if that makes more sense for them.
Are you having a problem, an employee problem? Because a lot of our businesses are having trouble hiring. Are you in that position here as well? Do you still need more people?
So we are finding that finding team members is a little bit difficult in certain areas. Particularly nurses is very, very difficult, registered nurses, as well as LPNs. That has been difficult. We have been doing okay in terms of counselors and even physicians, surprisingly, but that nursing area has been very difficult. It's also, as surprising as this is, been difficult with things like the front desk and the billing department, some of those more administrative kind of areas. And I really think it's simply because of two things. One, there's been a lot of people who are not really looking for work right now because of the impact of COVID on their families and needing to have a different lifestyle, if you will, and take care of kids, so on and so forth. So that's taken some people out of the workforce. And then also, I think it's frankly the economy has been doing pretty well, and so people have had some opportunities to find new positions, things like that. So I think that's the same demand for fewer people, and so it's been harder to find people.
Okay, I was just wondering because we've had a lot of businesses coming to us and saying they have, anywhere from 25 to 50 openings.
Open jobs, yeah,
so
absolutely.
I was just wondering what position you guys were in as well. We talked a little bit before about the vaccine, and I know you said that you're a little bit on a pause of what you guys are doing here, but you're gonna come back to it, and then what, you were saying that you expect something to be coming down the pipe.
Yeah, so Signature Health is a vaccine site. We have been vaccinating people since around Martin Luther King Day, and have, vaccinated nearly 10,000 people at this point. So we have a lot of large vaccination events. Recently, we have done a pause when there's been a lot more supply from the health departments and hospitals and others, because we've been working on completely revamping our computer systems, and it's just really taken our focus to do that. When we do get past that here in a couple of weeks, we will begin looking at vaccination again, and what we want to do is focus on kids, because we're expecting the Pfizer vaccine to be approved down to age 12. We have one of those low temperature freezers on the way that should arrive next week, which will allow us to receive the Pfizer vaccine and begin to work with school systems. We'd love to get into the gymnasiums of every middle school and high school in Lake County, Ashtabula County, in order to help get all of those kids vaccinated. Hopefully even before they leave school this year, but certainly over the summer, so that we have a much more normal school year next year.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Absolutely.
I've been working with some kids on some things, and boy, what they've gone through over the last year is just unbelievable.
Well, and it's been such a huge, and I want to underscore this, this experience for everyone has been traumatic at one level or another, and we're seeing a lot of people really struggling with their mental health. They're people who have never had an anxiety problem before or a depression problem before, are suddenly really having to, they're struggling with that. We've seen a lot of overdoses. We've seen a lot of overdose deaths. Unfortunately, alcohol consumption has skyrocketed. People are trying to cope with this additional stress. And for many people, they'll do just fine. But there's a lot of people who this is the thing that is really bringing to surface a lot of those issues. So we're seeing that, and we're trying to help people navigate and manage through that. And I just really want to underscore to people, your mental health care is a part of your health care. This is not a failing. It is simply a part of brain chemistry and how your body functions. So please reach out to your primary care physician. Reach out to organizations like us. There is no shame in that. The shame is the only thing that's keeping you away from feeling better. There are treatment options. Some include medications, many do not. And we're really seeing people that are having quite a bit of success and then get back to feeling a whole lot more normal.
I think that's a great piece of advice, and I think that you worded it very eloquently, and people should not be ashamed. You're right.
Absolutely not. It touches everyone.
It sure does. So what other expansions do you have in mind for Signature Health down the road?
So I mentioned that we have a residential center in Mentor that is going to be designed specifically for those people struggling with opioid addiction. And we're going to have some specialty medical care there that helps with people who have endocarditis. For people who don't know what that is, it's an infection of the lining of your heart, and can be fatal. And usually there's a long 6-week course of antibiotics that often people are going to nursing homes for. This is a 30-year-old in a nursing home, a 20-year-old in a nursing home, having long-term antibiotics. The problem, of course, most nursing homes don't also have the addiction care and mental health care. It's really more just the physical health care. So we're trying to marry the two, get you the physical health that you need, but then also the mental health and addiction care, so that you don't just end up right back out there having struggles and problems. So that's one thing that we're doing specifically in Mentor. And then as you expand out from there, we have about a $5 million renovation of the old VA building in Painesville, where we have purchased that building and are completely remodeling it to be really a state-of-the-art health center there in Painesville to serve the Painesville community, particularly since Lake Health, like the hospital left a long time ago. There's been kind of a vacuum right there. So we want to fill that. There will be primary care there and infectious disease. There will be dental. We're going to put in dental services there as well. And then, of course, our addiction and mental health services, pharmacy, the whole kind of gamut there. So we're really excited about that. We expect that we'll be moving in there in the fall, right around September.
How many people do you think that you'll employ there?
We're expecting to add probably as many as 50 jobs there.
Wonderful.
And this is from physicians and pharmacists, pharmacist techs, counselors, nurses, as well as the administrative staff. So when I say 50 jobs, I'm not just talking about coming in at a minimum wage job. These are all healthcare professionals. So I really think it's going to be impactful to the city and the tax base from that perspective. But more importantly, in my mind, is that we'll be able to serve the community right there, regardless of income, because we know in Painesville there's a huge income range. There are very, very, very affluent people who live and work there, as well as people who are struggling, and so we want to be able to be there for that whole range.
Okay, is there anything else you would like us to know about Signature Health? And let's give your address here too.
So the address here is 7232 Justin Way. We're right off Tyler Boulevard. It's the old Progressive Call Center building where originally the tow motor plant. This is our administrative offices here, so you can find us easily and probably see us off the Route 2 if you look at the right time. That's where we're located here. I'm sorry, your other question?
Any other plans that you have for the future and anything else?
We're also expanding out in Lakewood. So those folks have been growing quickly, and so we have a large remodel, and we're going to pick up about 30,000 square feet. In Willoughby, we expect we're in the former Bobix Golf building, but frankly, we've kind of outgrown that use of that building, so we're looking to relocate and to expand that location as well. So there's really a lot kind of moving that we're really pretty excited about.
Well, that's wonderful, and you're all across Lake County.
Yes.
And your headquarters is here in Mentor, which we're very thankful for. Thank you.
Absolutely.
So it was a great pleasure being with you today, and I wish you much success on all your expansion. And if we can help you in any way with trying to get some employees, you let us know.
I really appreciate it. Thank you so much to the Chamber for this opportunity and for what you're doing for the community. It's really nice to have you here, and I really appreciate your interest in Signature Health. Thanks.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you.